Yeah, hi there. These comments are for, I'm going to use your initials R, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the online TOEFL course, the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And you completed my pronunciation pretest, and I'm going to go over part A first, and then I will continue to listen to the second part of your pretest here in just a minute. Okay, there are some specific vowel and consonant sounds that you want to work on right now. So you might want to get out a pen and write down these lessons. Here we go. Lesson number 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 23, and also lesson number 24. So I recommend that you go through all my pronunciation lessons, but pay more attention to the ones I just outlined in this video, because these are the problem areas. If you want to speak more clearly, you will need to master the sounds in these specific lessons.
Now the question. What is your educational background and your work history? I have bachelor degree in accounting, and I work for 10 months in an airline company. My position was accounting treasury.
Okay, now one thing. Now, to be honest with you, when you're speaking, you kind of speak like you're at a funeral. You're not changing your tone. You kind of sound a little sad. You got to work on varying your intonation more. You got to put some life into your voice. This is very important, because people will judge. They'll judge you by how you speak. And some native speakers may misunderstand you as being not interested or upset or sad or something when you're actually happy. So if you vary your tone more than you're doing, I promise you, you will speak more naturally. But how do you do it? It takes time, right? But I do have some lessons specifically designed to help you with this problem. So go to pronunciation lessons 36 through 40, all of which deal with the intonation patterns of American English.
Question number 2. Why is it important for you to improve your speaking and pronunciation ability?
Let's see there, pronunciation
of American English. Yeah, the primary reason is to contact with people who speak English and make them understand me clearly without any suspicions. And
without any what? Let me go back to what you just said there. I'm having trouble. Okay, hold on.
Make them understand me clearly without any suspicions.
That. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying there. So sometimes when you're speaking, either you're not pronouncing all the syllables in the word, or you're not clearly pronouncing some of the vowels and the consonants in the word. Either case, it's difficult to understand what you're saying there.
And be able to communicate well with all people who speak English.
All right. So another thing, when you're speaking, especially for presentations and things, you have to get used to what's called thought groups and blending, which means you're pausing appropriately and then you're blending certain sounds within each of your thought groups that helps you to speak more naturally. Now you're probably saying, well, what are you talking about, Michael? What does that actually mean? So in order to understand more about thought groups and blending, which is very important in helping you speak more naturally, I'd like you to go to pronunciation lessons 41 through 44 over the next week or so and look at those lessons specifically. This is going to prepare you, trust me, this will help prepare you for the integrated speaking practice test that we'll begin completing in this course.
Third question. What do you hope to achieve in this course? I hope to improve my ability to communicate with people.
Okay.
And improve my language.
Yes.
And this is my primary reason to be here at this school.
Yeah, and you can do that. Now here's the key. Let me ask yourself, what are you doing right now as you're watching this video? Think about this for a minute. What are you going to do tomorrow and the next day? So you have to make decisions. So watching the news in English is a good decision. this is going to have a positive impact on your language use. So if you watch TV shows, news, documentary history, and science programs, again, these are good decisions on your part. It helps you get more used to the language. How about this? A lot of students have some trouble with reading. So what if you take time this weekend, today, tomorrow, the next day, start reading newspapers, magazines, and also books. Again, this is a good decision. It'll have a positive impact on your academic English language proficiency. The more you use English, the more practice, the more experience, the more exposure you have to the English language, the better and the more prepared you will be when you get into your graduate program and start taking all your classes. All right? Okay, I think you're done there. So now let's take a look at your intelligibility score. So on a scale of 1 to 7, 1 being a high beginner of American English and 7 being a near native speaker, I'm going to put you right now at about 2.7 out of 7, low intermediate. You must improve your speaking. This is very, very important. Right? Now you can click on the link to learn more about the intelligibility score that I gave you. So now in the conclusion of this video, think about this for a minute. You now know specifically certain lessons that you can study in the pronunciation section of my course to improve, to speak more clearly. You know what to do, right? I've also given you some general tips on choices and decisions you can make that will give you more exposure to the language. So if you can do these things, over the next few weeks, you will begin to notice a marked change in your speaking proficiency. You'll get better. All right? Anyway, thank you for completing the pre-test, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.